What's going on, guys? We're back here for another interview at the IHSBCA Convention. We're with Coach Ryan Ward from Northwestern. Coach, thanks for coming on.
Connor, thanks for having me, man.
Cool. 20-8 last year, won your conference. I know you bring back 5 or 6 starters. One guy I wanted to hit on right off the bat was Landon Begley, an arm for you coming back. I know he's committed to playing college. Just talk about what it means to have him coming back for your program.
Yeah, excited for the team as a whole. I think last year, able to be conference champions, 20 wins, which was big for us in a new conference. And so, we always have that expectation of success, but some of these guys, performed better than we were expecting and maybe a little bit a year earlier than what we were anticipating. But we've been marking this year for a little while now. And like you said, it starts with Landon. He was our team MVP last year. Our ace on the mound, and just a lot of what we do is centered around him. And really, it's his competitive spirit more than anything. Just a guy that's a gamer, and sometimes if he doesn't even have his best stuff, it's just competing to get outs, competing to win, quality at bats, tough outs when he offensively, and so that's kind of the identity we want to try to have, and he leads and portrays that.
Gotcha. Another guy that I wanted to hit on too was Will Reese. He's a guy I've seen play a lot in the summer. I know he's kind of reliable behind the plate. He can kind of play anywhere. Just a tough, gritty player. Just talk to me a little bit about him.
Yeah, I think what separates Will is his IQ for the game, and then with that comes his versatility to play anywhere defensively. He's going to catch a lot of innings for us. But just his ability last year as a freshman to manage the pitching staff as a whole, for all of our upperclassmen to have the faith in him and the trust in him, and be able to have that working relationship, and just a guy that I think his teammates have a lot of affection for, and will really play behind. Maybe not a kid that does anything overly flashy, but just a kid that does everything right. And just a solid player that way.
Yeah. Outside of kind of Landon, we touched on him earlier. Who are you planning on logging some innings besides Landon on the mound?
Yeah, so we have junior Aiden Giles, who last year did a lot of kind of middle relief for us. He was a guy that, if we had 3 or 4 games in a week, we could put on the mound maybe 2 or 3 times in the week. And so we're looking for him to take a next step this year with maybe more of a starter role. Jackson Trueblood is kind of maybe of a dark horse for us. He's a junior. He had a freshman year at Western and had a really good freshman year at Western High School locally, coming back from an arm injury. And so just a dark horse that way, but one that could be a potential huge guy for us that way. And so those 3 are kind of. Will is one. Again, he's not really primarily a pitcher, but a great ball player that can do things for us. Braden Taylor, sophomore, left-hander, could provide some innings, eat up for us. And then we got Ian Woods as a senior. Again, just a kid with experience that could fill up some innings for us as well.
So what do you think the kind of keys to success for you guys are for this year? You won 20 games last year. You're wanting to build off that. What do you think is the most important part to where you guys can kind of improve and go where you want to go?
Man, great question. I think one, it's just still wanting to get better, and I think we have the guys that will do that. I think sometimes when you have some success, the fear or the worry is, do you plateau, or do you stay the same? And so for us, it's just constantly coming to the diamond every day hungry, coming to practice right now in the off season hungry, and just simply wanting to get better. And regardless of in-game results or past games or prior games or what we did against the team last year, it's just staying on that process oriented, and not necessarily dwelling on results, but of past or prior experiences, but really just kind of staying in the moment, mindset wise, and then tangibly wise on the field. I think it just goes back to what we've been good at lately, dominant pitching with the guys that fill up the zone, and being tough outs offensively.
Yeah, that's huge for kind of high school baseball players to kind of understand. We've talked about kind of your top returners, and you got the transfer coming in. Talk to me about some guys that haven't played a ton for you, but you expect to kind of have a bigger role this year.
Yeah. One guy that I haven't mentioned, Nate Carell, like he started every game for us at second base. It was just solid defensively. Um, Football player, multi-sport athlete. He was just very stable for us last year. So we're expecting a big year from him. Michael Eric was everyday center fielder last year. All conference baseball player for us. He's a team captain for our football team. Just a tremendous athlete. He unfortunately suffered a shoulder injury from football, so we're still kind of working through that. But hopefully we can get some big things out of him. Berkeley Henry, he's a guy that I think is going to be really hungry. He's a senior. Last year as a junior, maybe not an everyday guy, and so I think being able to come this year, that's going to benefit us and him, just having that hunger to prove himself. And then we mentioned Aiden Garcia earlier with that arm injury. He's got he throws right but swings left. He's got a really great swing. And so he's another guy that, I think's looking to be hungry. And Sam Jones is another senior for us, another multi-football, baseball guy that we're going to rely on as well.
Gotcha. Well, it sounds like you got a hungry bunch. I wanted to hit you with one last question. So, when someone comes to a Northwestern baseball game, when they leave, what do you want them to kind of take away from watching your team, and what do you want them to think about your program when they leave?
Yeah, that great question. Great questions in the lineup. One is I think we take pride in being, education-based sports, and so understanding what the priorities are, and we're here to raise great young men and teach them life lessons, and so whether it's our student athletes, whether it's our parents, whether just fans in the community, providing an overall experience, a positive experience for everyone, including the umpires or whoever may be there. But how do you do that? I think it starts with, part of that is the product that you do put on the field. And so, regardless of what happens, just showing up to the ball field every day, giving our best effort and playing hard. And I think the other students or the local community will get enthusiastic behind that. And so that's our job, to just come in every day and put our best foot effort, and play baseball and give the kids a good experience.
That's awesome, Coach. Well said. Well, I don't want to take up any more of your time. Thanks for coming on. We wish you luck in the spring. And
Thanks, man. I appreciate you guys. I know here promoting all the kids, and really here for the kids and getting their name out and the schools out. And so appreciate all the effort you guys are putting in this weekend.
yeah, and we appreciate you giving up your time to come on here and chat a little Northwestern baseball with us.
Thanks.